I haven't been on YouTube Live or even just been posting to my YouTube channel in a long time. So I did forget something inside that I want to show y'all what I've been working on. Y'all probably heard it if y'all have been in my Discord server. So let me just mute y'all real quick. Okay, I am back. So the reason that I haven't been active on my YouTube channel, because I've been working on a lot of other projects. Y'all know that I'm no longer just Shadow anymore. I'm also Prap Young, and with Prap Young, I feel like Prap Young, the Prap Young persona, has gotten, more of an empire to it than Shadow. Like with Shadow, he was just a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I've built up a whole persona around Prap Young because y'all remember 6 years ago, I was only known just for music under the Prap Young persona, and I had Shadow as my YouTube channel. But now, under the Prap Young persona, I've built so much, different things. Yo, what's up, Invisible Santos Chandler? Yeah. So, as you can see, I've been working on my own smartphone called Fusion Mobile. Some of y'all may have already used it on the web, but now it is hardware. The reason that it's not turned on is because it is a Linux OS. It runs on Linux OS, which means that there's a lot of coding that goes to building this smartphone, but it has my branding on the back. Yo, what's up, Neo? Like Neo from the Matrix. But look at that, Fusion Mobile. Y'all can go to my Instagram at Prap Young if y'all want to learn more about Fusion Mobile. But yeah, 6 years ago, I was just a YouTuber and musician, and I've been working on so many different things, including my own smartphone. And also, y'all can check this out right here, my own Prap Young footwear slides. I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't want to do a foot reveal. That's funny. But yeah, y'all can see right here that I have my own footwear slides under the Prap Young persona. I've come a long way, and I thank y'all for that too, because a lot of y'all remember when I was just a YouTuber and making music and stuff. But I built a whole persona around Prap Young, and I couldn't be more grateful for everyone who's seen the whole journey, especially with, the, people that, tried to tear down the journey. But it's okay, I still love them. I still love even the people that tear down the journey. But yeah, I didn't come on here to brag either. I just, wanted to express my gratitude, with how far that I've come, because I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the saying, without the fans, you're a nobody. Because, when it comes to the internet, it's also the same with, when people run a business, the CEO and the managers, they're a nobody without the customers, That's how I feel about y'all, I'm nobody without the fans. Favorite celebrities, a nobody without you supporting them. So yeah, I just wanted to take this time, you know who this is, right? Not necessarily, because I've had a lot of people, come through my channel, so refresh my memory for me, because I'm not entirely sure. You might have to refresh my memory. I try to remember names, but sometimes it doesn't always show. Yo, Blaine. So Blaine, are you new to the channel? Yeah, like, forgive me, I haven't been on my YouTube channel in a long time. Y'all can check my channel. Like, I haven't posted in a long time because I've been working on a lot of other projects, and y'all can look me up on Google or Instagram at Prap Young, and y'all can follow the journey mostly on there because, after building my persona with YouTube for like 10 years, I pretty much moved on to other things, but, I still would never, where I came from, like, the YouTube journey, trying to be the next YouTuber. Now, I got, the whole persona going. You are new, what's up? Welcome to the channel, Ruth. Yeah, Ruth, since you're new, most people know me as Shadow, but, well, actually, the oldest people knew me as Shadow, the people that were here like 5 to 10 years ago. But I've built a persona around the name Prap Young. So, there's a lot of things you can check out with not just this YouTube channel. If you want to check me out elsewhere, just look up Prap Young, Prapyoung. I'm grateful, Ruth, for you being here. I'm grateful for anyone watching right now, especially if you're new. But if you're a subscriber that has returned, I'm grateful for that as well. Like, I just knew today was the day to go live, like, after abandoning my YouTube channel for a long time and putting too much, time and brain into, my other projects, But I think, it's a great thing that I've evolved, because, if you never grow, then, life gets boring, you know what I mean? So I think you love my videos already. Thank you. Yeah, I create more than videos now. Like, if you go to my Prap Young stuff, you'll notice that I create more than videos now. 10 years ago, though, I did create videos. I created Roblox videos when I was like 15. Now I'm 23, and I built a name for myself, and I couldn't have did it without the people who stuck around for so long, even when people try to drag me down with drama. But it all comes with the game, you have drama, but, I overcame it and built something worth respecting, and y'all can too. I'm not, coming on here to flex or brag, because you could build the same thing. That's my whole motto. Like, you can build the same thing, it's not too far. And you may fail at the start. I've had a lot of setbacks and failures, it's all a part of the journey. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. I think I've pretty much covered everything. So tell me about some things that y'all are doing in life. It doesn't have to necessarily be projects. Maybe y'all are in school, maybe y'all are playing sports. Y'all could tell me pretty much anything. But yeah, I'm very curious about Blaine the historian. Like, Blaine, I'm not sure if I remember who you are. Help me out, It says 3 people are watching and 3 likes. Thank you for all support. Maybe small. Oh wait, I think I turned it off. Okay. It's about to get dark soon, so. Well, I think someone's here. I see emoji spamming. Drop a Debbie in the chat if y'all want to. I'm not gonna force you. Climb the tree real quick. I can't climb to save my own life. Ha. Nancy said climb the tree. I couldn't climb the tree to save my own life. I mean, I could attempt it, but most likely I'm not going to make it up there, and I don't know where to set my camera to even do that. Hey, at least I'm honest though, why? And I think the camera would be very shaky as well. I do not know where to set it, to even climb the tree. There's a lot of bushes too. Nancy, are you new here? I don't think I've seen you here. Oh no, I'm wearing my footwear slides. So yeah, I can't climb the tree. I would be having to wear tennis shoes because if y'all didn't know, I made my own footwear slides with a company that manufactures. Oh, you're scrolling. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I'm glad that you decided to click on mine while you're scrolling. I guess I'm not too excited. I mean, like, this is more a live stream of me catching up with my supporters, after a long time of being away from YouTube, working on other projects. Oh, thank you, Ruth. Yeah, I used a manufacturer company called Shoe Zero. They make a lot of good shoes. They didn't endorse me or anything, but, if y'all ever wanted to make custom shoes, they're the people. Not really an endorsement, but, if y'all want to make your own shoes, that's the people's. But yeah, if y'all clicked on this stream because y'all were scrolling, hello, I'm Prap Young. You might buy yourself one, yeah. If you wanted to buy Prap Young footwear slides, just, DM me on Instagram and whatnot, then I can, show you how you can get some. But also, if you wanted to, create your own custom shoes that have nothing to do with me, then that's awesome too. You just look up Shoe Zero on Google and they'll do the thing. Yo, what's up, Hayden? UWU. I haven't heard that term in a long time. Hayden comes in with a UWU. But yeah, Ruth, as I said, if you wanted to create your own custom shoes or even buy my footwear slides, you would go to Shoe Zero on Google. I'm mostly waiting until dark or until I run out of things to say, because I came on here to catch up with people that's been supporting the journey, because I haven't did a YouTube live stream in a while because I've been focusing on other projects. And honestly, like, even though these aren't for sale yet, I'm glad that I made my own smartphone, Fusion Mobile. The web version is ready, but this is just a beta testing smartphone. I don't sell these yet, but it was more of proof that I could make my own smartphone. It's open source in Linux. So yeah, I think I said everything that I needed to say to catch up with y'all. If y'all want 24/7 updates, which by 24/7 I mean basically whenever I have an update, then you might want to follow me on Instagram at Prap Young, because I'm more active on Instagram than any other app. Or if you have Discord, you can join my Discord server. Can't necessarily type it in the chat. You can DM me on Instagram for that. Nice phone, thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's not like iPhone or Samsung where it just, works out the box. You gotta have knowledge with Linux, the OS operating system for tinkers, it's for people that, want to take hardware and code their own OS into it. It's definitely a lot of work if you're used to iPhone and Samsung. But my whole purpose with creating my own smartphone is to carry on my dad's legacy. Rest in peace to my dad. He was very, big with technology. He loved technology, the iPhone 15 was the last iPhone he saw. So yeah, I'm carrying on his legacy by creating good technology. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay, because the best way to never fail is by trying. Because if you fail, at least you tried, so don't forget that, even if you fail, at least you tried. Will failure is coming from not trying. That's what will failure starts with, is when you don't try to do something. That's the only time you really fail. So yeah, it's about to be dark soon in my area. So when it does get dark, I'll, end the live stream, because I won't be able to, y'all won't be able to see me. Or I could take this inside so I can kind of show y'all how it works. So give me a moment. I'm gonna mute so I can go inside. All right, I'm back. I'm inside. So y'all are going to be able to see what it looks like turned on. It can't run anything yet because it doesn't have internet. I haven't, I need a certain card to buy to even set it up, because that's how Linux OS works. But y'all see right here, the phone and the plug. I gotta eventually code it, to keep it stay powered on, even without a charger. But y'all can see right here, once I plug it in, it boots on. You see that dot right there? It's powering on very slowly, unfortunately. But see right there, it's booting on. In the web version, people generate a 4-digit number to people. Like, let's say you and your friend, y'all can generate 4-digit numbers, and then that's how y'all can video chat. So you see right here, the time is inaccurate because it's, a open source phone coded in 2022 by Pine 64. But they create technology for the consumer to set up their own OS on it. They literally create technology just for that alone. And then see, it asks for a pin. I type in my pin. And then this is how it looks, with the apps and stuff. Let me slide that up. See right there. And then the terminal, that's where you actually set up everything. You gotta have Linux knowledge, or else you're gonna want to throw the phone against the wall. I don't recommend it, by the way, to people that don't know Linux, because you might as well just get a iPhone or Android. But I'm excited one day to create my own hardware that isn't open source, and created by Linux 64. So then I can create something that you don't have to open the terminal for, because it's a lot of work. But using Linux 64, I created that exclusively, or I use Linux and Pine 64 exclusively to prove that anyone, even a young person in our generation, we can do anything we want. We don't need billions of dollars like these corporations. We just need motivation and drive. That's the inspiration for y'all. Y'all don't need to be rich like Nike and Apple. Y'all just gotta have a dream, and you gotta obsess over that dream. And it also doesn't mean you don't necessarily have to create tech and shoes. Y'all can just create anything you want. If you want to be the next big YouTuber, the next big singer, y'all can. So yeah, I guess I got a little, TED Talk there. You know, I got motivational. You have an iPhone 17. Oh, wow. What's the iPhone 17 like? I heard a lot of people, they were excited about it, but then ended up not liking it. It became a disappointment and so. But you're saying it's kind of hard to use. So what is hard about it to use? Like, did they like make it slow? Because that's the thing about Apple is they haven't innovated in over a decade. Pretty much for the device, they just make the same iPhone every year, but they actually created some good features in the OSs like iOS 18. I loved iOS 18. But iOS 26, they jumped all the way to 26. You know, iOS 26, I didn't really like software update my iPhone to iOS 26 because like I heard there's a lot of, you know, glitches and bugs. So I was like, no thanks to that. I'll stay on iOS 18. You don't know how to take pictures. Well, I don't think that's an iPhone 17 problem. Usually, all you do is you just go to the camera app, and you know you take a picture just like that. I'm not sure if they really made iPhone 17 that difficult to take pictures. Interesting. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna get off here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Prapion to keep up to date more than you would on my YouTube channel. But if you don't use Instagram for whatever reason, that's okay too. Just like and subscribe. And I'm out.